So in this lesson, we're going to be looking at revising HTML tags and what HTML is. So having a look at the text here that I've kind of just circled, can you tell me what tags are being used? Now remember, HTML is the language that websites use to help them describe what should go into them. They use tags such as, and I'll give you one of them, the B tag, to format the text. So have a look at the text below. What tags do you think are being used? Okay, now hopefully you've had a think about that. Now we have definitely got the B tag, which stands for bold. We also have the U tag, which is underline. We have got the I tag, which stands for italic, and that is the slanting text. And finally, this whole thing is a paragraph, which is the P tag. So here we have the underline, here we have the italic, here we've got the bold, and the whole thing is a paragraph. So here is the actual answer as well. Oh, and I did forget the heading. Apologies for that one, H1. H1 stands for heading 1, as in the biggest heading. So that is what the HTML code would look like, and you can see here we have our tags. So when I want to underline some text, for example here, I'm underlining the word text. In the HTML code we have the starting tag and we have the ending tag. These are also known as open and close tags. Then for the italic, again we have the open tag and we have the close tag. Notice that close tags always have a slash followed by the tag it is closing. The B tag works the same way for bold, and then our paragraph opens here and closes here. So if you recall, a website is a structure. It's made up of more than one file. For example, here I've got a website with Chuck Norris on, okay? And it's made up of two key things. It's made up of the web page itself, which is the text and the format and what should be inside the web page, and that is the code that's here. So that is the HTML page. But additionally to that, we also have a picture, the picture of Chuck Norris. Now that picture is included separately as a separate file. So we'll have on your computer a file, okay? In this case, it's called Chuck Norris PNG 10.png. And instead of being on the computer, this is located on a website somewhere on the internet. So we have the IMG tag, which is being used to actually link together the picture and the web page. But for now, the structure of a web page is very straightforward. It has a text file which contains your HTML code, and it has the picture which I want to display on the web page. So a web page will link to the picture that you want to display. If a web page has two pictures, they will link to two separate files. It will have a second image file. Okay, and that might be, I don't know, of whatever. Let's do a smiley face. Terrible smiley face, but never mind. And there will be a link to that one as well. So we can link to images, we can link to music, we can link to videos. Okay, so anytime you'll see what we'd call multimedia, those are separate files which the web page will link to. When we create a web page, we have a specific structure. Okay, now because this is it's not programming in the strictest sense, it's actually formally known as scripting, but it does have a structure. So we will start off every single web page with the words HTML, and we'll end every web page with the word HTML as well. So we got our open tag and we have a close tag. Where you put your code in, if you want to display text or a picture or whatever it happens to be, it'll be inside the body of the page. Okay, you can think of the body as the bit that the user will see, and that again has the open and close. So when you come to write your HTML code, you always look for the body open tag. You put your code inside it here, and then you'll close the body tag as I have done there. Most editors will put that code in for you, so you can just write it straight off, but if it doesn't, you just have to add it yourself. So let's break down a tag. So here is a tag saying Hello Year 8. Now this is a heading. It's a large heading, heading 1. So every tag has a start and an end. When the tag should start, so when the heading should start in this example, and when it should end. So I only want the text Hello Year 8 to be part of my heading. So I have my open tag and I have my close tag. Close tags always have a slash in front of them, so it lets us know this is a close. So here's an opportunity for you to have a little of a task to do. Pause the video and have a think about which tags go with which output, which tags go with the results. So pause the video now, have a little think. Okay, so here's the answer. The first one has just got the B tag, which stands for bold. So we're looking for something that's bold, but not big, okay? So it can't be the bottom one because that's going to be a heading, okay? Because it's larger text. So I will just do a link between these two. The next one has two tags inside. It has a U tag and an I tag. So we're looking for something that's underlined, but also italic. So that one will be here. The third one is a heading. Now headings tend to be large text and they will always be bold. So that goes there. Then we got the U tag and the B tag. Well, that's underlined and bold. So that's going to be this one here. And finally, well, there's only one left, but it's got a U tag and a H1. So it's going to be underlined heading, which is going to be like that. So here's a neater version of the exact same thing. So hopefully you got the right answer there. If not, pause the video again, maybe go back, have another look through and try again. Make sure you get the right answer on that one. So what does each tag do? Okay, these are the tags you need to know about for year 9. Okay, there are lots of others, but these are the ones I'm interested in for now. So what does each tag do? Well, we've already covered most of these already. So the U tag is short for underline. So that's going to underline. So it'll be something along the lines of some text, and to be underlined like that. Paragraph is the P tag. The B tag is bold. I tag is italic. Now the last thing we haven't talked about yet, the bottom one I have mentioned already, and that's image. And it allows me to link an image into my web page. The last one is a little bit weird. It's called an anchor. And what it allows us to do is create a link to another page or another file. Okay, so when you have what we call a hyperlink in your web page, i.e. you click on something, it takes you somewhere else, another page, another website, whatever it happens to be, those are links, and those use this A tag or anchor. So there's the answers to that question, a bit neater than my handwriting. So now's an opportunity to do a task, okay? I'm going to do a little demonstration of this in a moment, but if you think you know how to do it, then just like crack on and do it. So because you may not have all the software installed at home, I'm just going to be using a website. So here is the website I want you to type in. Okay, it's called Repellits. It has a kind of online editor where you can type in code and run it and see what it does. Okay, so what I want you to do is to enter the code on this slide. So pause the video, type that code in and see how it goes, see if it runs. I'm going to do, if you're not sure how to do it, play the video, just let the video play, and I'm going to show you a little demo of me doing it. So maybe you can have the video on one side and you can actually do it on the other, maybe. Okay, so let's do that now. So when you've typed in repellit/languages /HTML, you'll be taken to this website. Okay. Now the first thing you need to do is just delete the code that's there. Okay, because we don't need it. Once you've done that, you can actually enter the code from the video. So I have got this here. Okay, so I'm just going to copy and paste it. I will include this in a Word document or something like that, so you can do the same. But here I've typed it in. Then I press run to run it, and you can see here the output has appeared. If I made a change to this, maybe I just add the words year 9 to it and run it again, you can see my heading also changes. Now, when you do your coding for HTML, you're going to place it inside the body. Okay, so notice I've made a little bit of space for my new code, so I can maybe add a paragraph and then add some text to it and then run it. Now, you probably notice as I start typing, it's giving me suggestions. Okay, now these are very useful as a more experienced programmer because you'll know what a lot of these things are, but they might be a little bit confusing for you guys. Okay, basically, don't worry about them. Okay, you just type in the tags that you are trying to do, and that will be fine. So here, I just put another tag in, a B tag for bold, and you see every time I press run, it will run the code and it'll show the results over on the side. Hopefully you got that last task working really well with the support that I put in place for you. The next thing you need to do is actually write a bit of HTML code yourself. Now, very importantly, the code you're about to write should be inside the body tag. Okay, so remember you've got your body tag in the text you've just typed out. Then you've got a closed body tag like this. Your code is going to go in between those two. Okay, think of it like a sandwich. Okay. Body and /body, the open close tags are like the bread, okay, and you are trying to put the filling in, which is your code. Okay, I don't know if that's a useful analogy, but hopefully made sense. So this is the code I want you to enter in. Now notice I haven't put any tags in. What you have to do is copy this text into there and add the correct tags. Notice we have 2 paragraphs. So the first thing you're going to add is a paragraph tag there and a closed paragraph tag there. Then notice that some of this text is italic. So that word there, you got an underline here, you got a bold here, and so on and so forth. So what you need to do is make sure you use the right tags at the right time to make your text look like this slide right here. So that last task was really a practice to make sure you understand how to structure a basic page. Now I'm going to ask you to create a page on your own. To do this, you will want to clear out the text you already have. Please do save it first, obviously. So clear that text out and start again. You need to make sure you start off with HTML, that you then add body, and then you have those close tags. So you have your /body and you have your /HTML. Okay. You are going to add your information here. And what I want you to make a web page about is a hobby of yours, a club that you've attended, or maybe enrichment you've done in the past. Okay. The first thing I want it to do is have a heading. Now remember, headings use the H1 tag. Okay, that's a little bit of support for you guys. Your second challenge will be have a heading and a text description of what it is. So if your enrichment is knitting, for example, they'll have the heading knitting using the H1 tag. They might say a little bit about knitting, saying, I don't know, what you used to do in knitting. Okay, so a little bit of information. Do make sure that in that information you are including italics and bold and things like that. Challenge 3 and 4 are a little more difficult. If you don't know how to do image, if you don't know how to anchor tag, then stop at challenge 2. That's enough practice. Okay, for the assessment, that is enough for now. If you can't remember how to do image and anchor tag, you would like to learn, okay, do research it, do look it up on the internet. There's a brilliant website called W3 Schools. Okay, and it's got some amazing stuff on web pages, on the image tag, and also the anchor tag. Challenge 5, if you really want to stretch yourself, there's a tag called style, which allows you to change color and font and things like that. Do have a little research and a go at using the style tag. Challenge 3 to 5 are optional, okay? They're there to just get you better at HTML. You can skip over those if you wish to, I don't mind. The rest of this video is extra support should you need it. So if you don't feel you need extra support, you may stop the video now and just crack on with the work. If you feel you need extra support, then please do continue watching. So to get started, you need to go to this website again. Okay, so we've already looked at the website. Just type that one in, and you want to create a new file. So clear all the text that's there already. Then enter this code here. Okay, that's your starting point. Remember, that's the bread of your sandwich. So if you need a bit extra help, here's some help for challenge 1. There's 2 tags you need to use. The first one is the H1 tag or heading. The second one is paragraph. Okay, so you need a heading to put the heading of your club, hobby, whatever it happens to be. So here I've got MTG Arena. Okay, that's something that I enjoy because I do. So notice I've put the title MTG Arena and I've put it inside this H1 and close H1 tags. Then I've got a bit of information about it, and that's inside my paragraph. So I've got an open paragraph and a closed paragraph there. So all the text, the information about MTG Arena, I've put inside that paragraph. So that's what you need to do for challenge 1. Please don't do MTG Arena unless you desperately want to. Please do a club of your choice. Support for challenge 2. I'd like you to make some of the words inside your paragraph bold, underlined, or italic. This is purely to practice those tags. So as you can see, I've made 2 words bold or italic or underlined. So I've made the word popular in bold, and I've put the word Magic the Gathering underlined. Okay, so I want you to use at least 2 of those tags in your paragraph, please. Support for challenge 3. Okay, so if you do want to have a blast at this one, you must get the image downloaded, okay, and put into Repellent, or you need the full link to the image. That's the address in the URL. So where you've got something on the lines of http:// blah 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 blah, all of that. Copy all of that, the entire thing, okay, and that is what you place inside the SRC. So that would replace that word mtg.jpg. Okay, so you can either download the picture and put it into the Repellent, or you can copy and paste the address to the picture and replace the SRC. Okay, both will work. Challenge 4, to create a link, okay, you need to use the A tag. Okay, so to use an A tag, you need to first put the A, but you also need this href, which basically is where the link is going to go to. Okay, and that will be the link URL, the address. Okay, so again, copy the address, paste it in there, and then inside it you're going to have some text to click on. Okay, without text to click on, hyperlinks don't work, so that's just some text. I put click here to see the main website. And then I got my close tag. Challenge 5, this one is using style. If you're at challenge 5, then you most likely understand this really well. Okay, so I'll be a bit more formal about this. Style tags allow you to use something called CSS, which stands for Cascading Style Sheets. Simply put, it's to do with the way the web page looks. So the colors, the layouts, the fonts that it uses, those kind of things. Okay, this is the simplest way of doing CSS. Not the best, obviously, but it is the simplest. So to do it, we add inside our tags themselves this little attribute called style. Okay, and inside it, you'll put what is effectively CSS code. There is a brilliant page on W3 Schools which explains this, give you loads of examples. Read through that website and use it. It will honestly help you a lot. Hopefully that will allow you to make a really cool website.